Long before Ebonyi State became famous for its modern roads and growing infrastructure, Abakaliki had already earned a different reputation, one built on fertile land, hardworking farmers, and one of Nigeria's most important food crops, rice. Located in southeastern Nigeria, Abakaliki sits in a vast agricultural belt, blessed with rich clay soils, extensive lowlands, and favorable rainfall. These natural advantages have made rice cultivation a way of life for generations. Today, the city is widely recognized as the heart of Ebonyi State rice industry. Every planting season, thousands of farmers cultivate hectares of paddy fields that stretch across communities surrounding Abakaliki. Their impact goes beyond food production. Rice farming supports transporters, traders, millers, mechanics, bag manufacturers, and countless small businesses, creating an agricultural economy that sustains hundreds of thousands of livelihoods. While several Nigerian states produce rice, Abakaliki has built one of the country's strongest identities around the crop, making Abakaliki Rice a household name across Nigeria. Ebonyi State itself describes agriculture as the backbone of its economy, with rice among its leading products. Every morning, before sunrise, trucks begin arriving at rice-producing communities around Abakaliki. Freshly harvested paddy rice is transported to numerous processing centers where it is cleaned, dried, milled, and packaged before being distributed across Nigeria. Abakaliki rice industry has evolved over decades. What once depended almost entirely on manual processing has gradually adopted improved milling technologies that produce cleaner and more competitive rice. The city is home to dozens of rice mills, while Ebonyi has long been recognized as one of Nigeria's major paddy-producing states. Markets from Lagos to Port Harcourt, Abuja, Enugu, and Kano regularly receive bags branded as Abakaliki Rice, a testament to the city's agricultural reputation. This extensive value chain means that every bag of rice sold represents the work of farmers, transporters, processors, marketers, and retailers, all contributing to local economic growth.
So this journey starts off in Abakaliki. As you can see, it says unpolished Abakaliki rice, something like white or fada. And I mean, the people there do the processing, bagging, weighing, and then we order. They move it down to Lagos. I do not ship only Abakaliki rice. I bring in all the other parts as well, like the red rice as well. And then we start to rebag them. So we give people who want them in 5 kg bags or a regular 3 kg bag and then 1 kg bag. Why have Abakaliki rice stood out? The taste, the nutritional benefits, and those who are health conscious, even Nigerians now buy it. I mean, this is like our last pack, and then we sell it out, and we sell it out quickly. We carry other varieties, but this sells out really fast. It has a low glycemic index. It has rich fiber. It is not overly polished, and the processing as well is very unique. So it also doesn't give it this foul odor that people complain about of other rice. So it's not fermented for a very long time, but I know that it's absolutely delicious. And then when you cook it, it stands in single grains, and it comes out absolutely nice.
The true strength of Abakaliki rice industry is not machinery, it is people. Across Ebonyi State, farming knowledge has been passed from one generation to another. Families cultivate rice together, entire communities participate during planting and harvest season, and local markets become centers of economic activity. Women play a particularly significant role, sorting grains, processing rice, trading in local markets, and managing many small-scale businesses connected to agriculture. Young entrepreneurs are also finding opportunities in mechanized farming, logistics, agro-processing, and packaging. Government initiatives, together with development partners such as the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, have supported farmer training, improved rice value chains, and promoted better farming techniques aimed at increasing productivity and income.
Over 2,000 poor rural households involved in rice and cassava production and processing across 8 local government areas in Ebonyi State have gathered to participate in the distribution of agricultural inputs and equipment for dry season farming. Addressing the farmers at the event, the state governor, Francis Wifuru, represented by his wife, Uzomaka Wifuru, encouraged them to adopt modern agricultural practices using the provided equipment.
It is an investment in your potentials and a call to action. I encourage you to take full advantage of this opportunity, adopt modern agriculture practice, and collaborate to create value for your communities. Let us work together to make Ebonyi a hub for agriculture excellence.
State Chairman of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, Value Chain Development Program Steering Committee, announced that the state government has paid 200 million naira as a counterpart funding to IFAD as the state positions itself as Nigeria's agricultural hub. She encourages beneficiaries to use the equipment to improve their output.
And I want to advise farmers to utilize this equipment very well, because many of them will even set a tax for the people that will sell their own, because we really want Ebonyi State to be number one in agriculture, to be number one, not only in the southeast, in Nigeria. Let us be the food basket of the nation. And with this equipment, I know we will do a lot, and Ebonyi State will be number one in the area of agriculture.
Beneficiaries expressed gratitude to the state government for providing the agricultural input.
I can carry my goods to the market without wasting much time. I can even help others to carry their own. I can even be helping others. I can go some rural areas when vehicle cannot even reach.
The equipment is aimed at boosting food security, as Ebonyi State also aspires to become the food basket of the nation.
For many Nigerians, the name Abakaliki Rice immediately evokes locally grown rice, known for its freshness and distinctive taste. Over the years, increased investment in modern milling has helped improve grain quality by reducing stones and impurities that once affected consumer perception. Government policies encouraging local rice production, combined with growing consumer demand for Nigerian-grown rice, have further strengthened Abakaliki's position. The city's reputation has also encouraged investment in storage facilities, processing equipment, and agricultural extension services. Today, Abakaliki stands as an example of how agriculture can become the foundation of regional economic development when supported by infrastructure, training, and market access. Ebonyi State continues to prioritize agricultural development as a key driver of economic growth.
People say there are a lot of stones in Abakaliki Rice. Yes, when I was growing up, my sister and the husband, they went into the business, but the technology was not as advanced as it is today. But when we came in, we had to bring machines that would distone to the barest minimum. And when you see the rice, it's very white, it doesn't clog, and it's very, very nutritious, very tasty as well.
And I will give it to the companies producing the local rice. They've advanced in the technology. Most of the local rice now come out of high quality, and you don't really have debris or stones in it. So we now have good quality local rice.
Presently, we've gotten to the stage where our rice can compete with any kind of rice anywhere in the global world. Before now, the Cameroonians used to have our rice. We used to export our rice to Cameroon, to Niger Republic, Chad, and some other places.
Despite its remarkable success, Abakaliki rice industry continues to face significant challenges: climate variability, rising production costs, access to finance, storage limitation, and transportation costs all affect farmers' profitability. Competition from imported rice and fluctuations in national agricultural policies also influence market prices. Researchers have noted that increasing paddy supply, improving processing efficiency, and expanding modern milling capacity remain essential for sustaining the industry's long-term competitiveness. Yet, these challenges have not stopped Abakaliki from maintaining its place among Nigeria's leading rice-producing centers. Instead, they continue to inspire innovation across the agricultural value chain.
Do a couple of different rice dishes using local rice. We use Abakaliki rice, we use tuwo rice to make things like sinasir and risottos, and then we use ofada rice. And sourcing as well can be tricky. Going to very big markets like Maltov, you'll find, but trying to get from vendors can be tricky, so you have to really look for people that you want to get. Either it's coming directly from the state of origin, or you find people that can provide for you within Lagos. Initially, looking for Abakaliki rice, we used to get from a vendor called Maro Foods in Ebonyi State, directly from the source. And then we also realized that one of our suppliers, Eden Foods, also stocked it, so we also get it from them from time to time. And the rice itself is very beautiful. It cooks very well. It's It's actually long grain rice. When you think about Nigerian rice, it's a long grain rice grain, and it is very hearty. It's good for you. It's high in fiber. So when we're talking about it to our guests, we let them know that this is ours. You know, it's produced well, it's finished well, and it is very delicious.
The story of Abakaliki is still being written. As Nigeria seeks greater food security and reduce dependence on imported rice, cities like Abakaliki are expected to play an even bigger role. Continued investment in irrigation, mechanized farming, improved seedlings, storage facilities, agro-processing, and export quality milling could transform Ebonyi into one of Africa's leading rice hubs. The vision extends beyond growing more rice. It is about building industries, creating jobs, empowering rural communities, and strengthening Nigeria's agricultural economy. Abakaliki's greatest achievement may not be simply producing rice. It may be proving that with fertile land, resilient people, and sustained investment, agriculture can become a powerful engine for economic transformation. For millions of Nigerians, Abakaliki is more than a city. It is a symbol of food security, resilience, and the enduring promise of Nigeria's agriculture.
About 100 beneficiaries comprising youth and women have been selected across the 13 local government areas of Ebonyi State to participate in the state government's agriculture and development skills training. Each of the beneficiaries will get 3 million naira to start their agricultural business and allow them be financially independent.
People who are undergoing 2 months training.
Commissioner for Human Capital Development and Monitoring, Mrs. Anne Aligwe, says the aim of the program is to promote and encourage entrepreneurship and innovation in the agricultural sector.
We in the Ministry of Human Capital Development and Monitoring, we are very, very happy because we are transforming people. We are touching lives. We are teaching you people how to fish. And after teaching you how to fish, we give you the fishes. So it is a two-way exercise that we're doing. And by the special grace of God, the first batch of these trainers that we trained, they are all doing well. We've started monitoring and evaluating them on what they are doing. So many of them have opened their farms.
It's a strategic approach to increasing the state's internally generated revenue by encouraging new businesses and ideas to thrive.
The promise to the state government is, after being trained, I will make sure that I will put it into practice in order to make everybody proud.
Other beneficiaries believe that acquiring the necessary skills will help them be better managers, while promising to contribute to agricultural development in the state.
Having to be part of the Connect training is going to help me know more about agriculture and so many diversified areas that you can partake in. So it's going to help me know more in so many sectors of agriculture.
The money aspect of it, or whatever that we may need to establish the retraining here in Ebonyi State, will not only empower us as a person, but also empower the state, because it will go to increase our own GDP and also the state and Nigeria at large.
This initiative is seen as a positive sign that the Ebonyi State Government recognizes the potential of agriculture to drive economic development.
From the vast rice fields that stretch across Ebonyi State to the bustling market where bags of Abakaliki rice are sold across Nigeria, this is more than the story of a crop. It is the story of resilience, hard work, and the enduring power of agriculture to transform lives. Abakaliki has shown that the city's greatest wealth is not always found beneath the ground, but in the determination of its people and the productivity of its land. As Nigeria continues its journey towards greater food security and agricultural self-sufficiency, the lesson from Abakaliki offers a glimpse into what is possible when farmers, government, and private investments work together. The future of Nigeria's agriculture is still unfolding, and Abakaliki remains one of the cities helping to shape that future, one harvest at a time.
We have a milling machine. It's the other side. It mills and it destones, and from the milling to polisher, which the polishing machine will polish the rice, then carry it to the sorter. This one is the bagger. After sorting, it's now carried to the bagger, bag the rice, you understand? We still have only the stoning machine, which is, so we mill. We also, some people just carry their rice from the market to come and salt and destone and also polish. So that's just it.
So your factory has both the milling machine, the destoning machine, and
Polisher.
the polishing machine. The polisher, like you said, the polisher.
And we have sorter too.
Sorter. What's the function of the sorter?
To remove blackhead from the rice. You know, it will just look like foreign rice.
So
you understand?
which machine is the sorter?
This one that you're seeing here.
This green one is the sorter.
Yes.
This one is the
Bagger.
The bagger.
After sorting, you carry it to here. Then this one is separate the stone, you know. Because this machine now, the one that is inside, it does both milling, destoning, and polishing. Then after doing those things, it will now carry to the sorter. Some people, they come, they don't normally sort their rice, they do only destoning and polishing. While some people come and do only destoning and sorting. So it's doing different jobs.
Now, Ms. Rose, you said your company, your factory is a multi-purpose factory, meaning it does everything partaking rice.
Yes.
Everything, like nothing is.
Yes, but the only thing that we don't have here is the parboiling machine, because they have parboiling machine, the one that will parboil and dry. We don't have it here, but we have person that normally parboils our own rice. You understand? The only thing that we don't do here is parboiling and drying.
Parboiling machine, like you said, is it a local or machine?
It's two different. They have local parboiling, they have machine own. Because that machine is like a big pot and it cooks the rice and still dry it. Which this one, they will just cook it there, they will just spray it at the ground so that the sun will dry it. That's the difference. But this one, it will just take like 1 hour to finish like 1 ton, you understand, in a day. So while the other one will just stay like 2 days before the rice will dry up.
Okay.
The local one.
Alright. So which one is more advantageous?
The advantage is the machine parboiling. You understand? That's the best. During rainy season, that's when they normally use that one. During dry season, this one, it normally dries quick too. Because of rain, it doesn't normally dry up like that. But machine is the best.
Machine is the
for parboiling.
Okay, thank you, ma, for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this documentary and want more factual, in-depth stories about Nigeria's hidden economic giants, infrastructure, culture, and development, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to 1010 Media, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next documentary. Share this video with your family and friends, and join the conversation in the comments. Which Nigerian city should we explore next? Until next time, keep discovering African stories today for tomorrow.